The day I told my husband Chidi that I was pregnant, I should have been the happiest woman in Lekki. Instead, I was sitting on our bathroom floor at 2 a.m., vomiting blood into the toilet while my mother-in-law's voice echoed from the guest room, "Some women are just not strong enough to carry children." That was 3 months ago. If I had known then what I know now about Mama Chidi, I would have run. But let me start from the beginning. My name is Adis, and I married into what everyone called a good family. The Okonkwo's owned 3 estates in Ikoyi and had business connection that stretched from Lagos to London. When Chidi proposed to me after 2 years of dating, my own mother nearly fainted with joy. Adis. You don't see your luck, oh, she had said, dancing around our small flat in Suralere. But there was one problem. Mama Chidi. From the very first day she met me at their mansion in Banana Island, something in her eyes made my skin cold. She smiled, yes. She hugged me and called me my daughter. But when Chidi left the room to take a call, she had leaned close and whispered, "You are pretty. But pretty doesn't keep a marriage. My son needs a strong woman. A woman from our kind of family." I should have known then. The wedding was beautiful, a 3-day affair that had all of Lagos talking. But on the second day, during the traditional marriage, I fell violently ill. Everyone said it was nerves. Only I noticed Mama Chidi's smile when they carried me away. After the wedding, Chidi and I moved into our new home in Lekki Phase 1. A beautiful 4-bedroom duplex that his parents had bought us. "So you can start a family quickly," Mama Chidi had said, eyes lingering on my flat stomach in a way that made me uncomfortable. For the first 3 months, everything was perfect. Chidi was loving, attentive. We were happy. Then Mama Chidi announced she was coming to stay with us for just a small time while her own house was being renovated. That small time turned into 6 months. And that's when everything started falling apart. It began with little things. My body creams would make my skin burn. My perfume suddenly gave me terrible headaches. Food I cooked would make me nauseous, even though Chidi ate the same meals with no problem. I started losing weight. Chidi became worried, but Mama Chidi. She became more present. More helpful. More concerned. "Let me cook for you, my dear," she would say. "You are too weak. Rest, rest." And I did rest. And I ate her food. And I got worse. Chidi wanted to take me to the hospital, but Mama Chidi always had a reason why we should wait. "It's just stress, my son. All young wives experience this. Give her these herbs. They will help." And she would give me teas to drink. Soups to eat. Tonics for strength. I got weaker. Then I found out I was pregnant. I was so happy, I cried. This was what we had been waiting for. Chidi was overjoyed. He lifted me up and spun me around, laughing. "Adis. We are having a baby. Adis." But when we told Mama Chidi, her face did something strange. For just 1 second, one tiny second, I saw something dark flash across her features. Then she smiled and started ululating, calling relatives, announcing the news. That night, she made me a special pepper soup. "For the baby," she said. "To make you strong." I drank it. By 2 a.m., I was on that bathroom floor, blood coming up with everything else. Chidi rushed me to Reddington Hospital in 6. The doctor stabilized me, but I lost a lot of blood. They said the baby was fine, but I needed to be careful. Very careful. They ran tests, asked questions about what I'd eaten, what medications I was taking. "Mrs. Okonkwo," the doctor said carefully, "some of your symptoms are unusual. Are you taking any herbal preparations? Anything not prescribed?" I told him about Mama Chidi's teas and tonics. His face became serious. "I need you to stop taking all of that immediately. And I need samples of everything she's been giving you." But when we got home and I went to collect the herbs from the kitchen, they were gone. All of them. Mama Chidi said she had thrown them out because they were obviously making you sick. Something in my spirit woke up that day. I started watching her. Really watching her. And I started noticing things. The way she would smile when I felt sick. The way she would insist on making my meals personally. The way she discouraged me from seeing doctors or making friends in the estate. The way she monopolized Chidi's attention, always having some emergency that needed only his help. One afternoon, while she was at her women's meeting and Chidi was at work, I decided to do something I'm not proud of. I went through her room. I'm not sure what I was looking for. Evidence. Proof that I wasn't going crazy. I searched through her clothes, her bags, her toiletries. Nothing unusual. I was about to give up when I noticed that one of the drawers in her bedside table didn't close properly. Like something behind it was blocking it. I removed the drawer completely. Behind it was a small leather notebook. My hands were shaking as I pulled it out. The cover was worn, the pages yellowed. And inside? Chinik. Inside was everything. It was a diary. But not just any diary. It was a record. A detailed record of everything she had done to me from the very first day I entered that family. December 18th, met Chidi's new girlfriend. She is beautiful but common. From a poor family in Suralia. Not suitable for my son. I must handle this carefully. March 3rd, the wedding is happening despite my efforts. Added the powder to her drink at the traditional marriage. She became sick as expected. Good. Let everyone see she is weak. July 10th, moved into their house today. Now the real work begins. The coconut oil mixture is ready. Will apply to all her body creams. The itching will make her miserable. September 2nd, she is pregnant. This complicates things but doesn't change the plan. If she loses this baby, Chidi will see she cannot carry children properly. Then he will be open to a second wife, someone I choose. September 15th, tonight I will give her the special pepper soup. Mother's recipe never fails. The bleeding will start, but the baby might survive. If she loses it, even better. If not, there will be other opportunities. I sat on her bedroom floor reading that diary, and something inside me died and was reborn at the same time. She had poisoned me. Deliberately. Systematically. From the very beginning. And it wasn't just about me. As I read further, I found entries about Chidi's first serious girlfriend from university. A girl named Ngozi who had died in a mysterious accident involving food poisoning. The diary called it God's intervention. There were entries about Chidi's younger sister, Adora, who had run away from home at 19 and never came back. The diary revealed that Mama Chidi had sabotaged every relationship Adora tried to have, spread rumors about her, made her life hell until she left. A daughter must know her place, one entry said. Adora was always too proud, too independent. She needed to be humbled. It's a pity she chose to run instead of submit. This woman was a monster in grandmother's clothing. I took pictures of every page with my phone. Every single page. Then I put the diary back exactly where I found it and called my own mother. Mama, I said when she answered, my voice surprisingly calm, I need you to come to Lagos. Today. Right now. And bring Uncle Emeka. Uncle Emeka was a lawyer and my mother's older brother. Adis, wetin happen? You dey okay? No, Mama. I'm not okay. But I will be. Just come. Then I called my friend Chioma, a nurse at Reddington. Chioma, those test samples the doctor wanted. I need you to test something for me privately. Can you meet me? By the time Mama Chidi came back from her meeting, I had copies of the diary stored in 3 different places. Samples of the new tonic she had prepared for me were on their way to the lab, and my mother was on a bus from Onitsha with Uncle Emeka. That evening, I did something dangerous. I pretended everything was normal. I smiled at Mama Chidi. I thanked her when she prepared dinner. I even drank the tea she made me, but I poured it into a plant pot when she wasn't looking. The next morning, that plant was dead. Chidi noticed my mood. Ada, you seem different. Are you okay? I'm fine, my love. Very fine. But I need you to be home tomorrow evening. It's important. Please don't go anywhere after work. He looked confused but agreed. The next day, my mother and Uncle Emeka arrived. Chioma came with the lab results. And I invited 3 more people, Chidi's Aunt Beatrice, his father's sister whom Mama Chidi hated, Pastor Nubizi from our church, and our estate chairman, Mr. Adelik. When Mama Chidi walked into the living room that evening and saw everyone gathered, her face went from confusion to anger to fear in 3 seconds. What is the meaning of this? She demanded. Chidi stood up, looking between me and his mother. Ada, what's going on? I took a deep breath. Everyone, please sit down. Mama Chidi, you too. Sit. I will not be ordered around in my son's house by. Sit down. The voice that came out of me shocked everyone, including myself. She sat. I walked to stand in front of them all, my phone in my hand connected to Chidi's TV. For the past 8 months, I have been sick. Losing weight. Losing strength. Losing hope. I thought I was weak. I thought I was failing as a wife. I thought maybe Mama Chidi was right, that I wasn't strong enough for this family. I clicked the TV on. The first page of the diary appeared on the screen. But I was wrong. I wasn't sick because I was weak. I was sick because I was being poisoned. The room exploded. Everyone talking at once. Mama Chidi on her feet, shouting denials. Chidi looking at the screen in shock. Mama, what is this? He roared. I kept clicking through the images. Page after page. Her handwriting. Her words. Her crimes laid bare. Mama Chidi's face changed. The mask dropped. And what I saw underneath made me step back. Pure hatred. Pure rage. You stupid girl, she hissed. You think you're clever. Going through my things like a common thief. That diary means nothing. It's my private thoughts. My feelings. Uncle Emeka stood up. Your feelings. Madam, you documented crimes. Attempted murder. Conspiracy. Poisoning. I didn't poison anyone. I was trying to make her stronger. Those herbs are traditional medicines. Our mothers and grandmothers used them. Chioma pulled out the lab results. Traditional medicine. Mrs. Okonkwo, the tonic you prepared contains elevated levels of compounds that can cause miscarriage, internal bleeding, and organ damage. This isn't medicine. This is poison. The room went silent. Chidi's voice, when it came, was broken. Mama. Mama, please tell me this is not true. Please. And that's when Mama Chidi did something I'll never forget. She turned to her son, tears streaming down her face, and she told him the truth. Everything I did for you. For this family. That girl, she pointed at me with such venom, she is not worthy of you. She comes from nothing. No connections, no wealth, no class. You think you love her now, but in 5 years. 10 years. You will resent her. I was saving you from that pain. You tried to kill my wife. Chidi's voice was empty. Dead. You tried to kill my child. I didn't. You tried to kill my wife. The neighbors heard that shout. Ngozi. Chidi continued, his eyes now on the diary page about his dead girlfriend. That accident. That was you too. Mama Chidi's silence was her confession. Aunt Beatrice started crying. Chidinma, she whispered, I learned that day that even Mama Chidi had a first name. What have you become? Pastor Nubizi tried to intervene, to pray, to mediate. But there was nothing to mediate. This wasn't a family disagreement. This was criminal. Mr. Adelik, the estate chairman, made the call to the police. What happened next was a blur. Police came. Statements were taken. Mama Chidi was arrested. The story spread through the estate, then through their social circles, then across Lagos social media. Banana Island mother-in-law poisons son's wife was trending on X by midnight. Chidi's father came back from his business trip in London to a nightmare. At first, he tried to defend his wife. But when he saw the diary, when he heard the lab results, when Uncle Emeka explained the legal implications, he collapsed. Literally collapsed and had to be rushed to the hospital. The family tried to settle things. Offered money. Begged us not to press charges. Think of the family name, they pleaded. But I thought of Ngozi, who never got to grow old. I thought of Adora, wherever she was, living with trauma. I thought of my baby, growing in my belly, who almost didn't get a chance to breathe. I pressed charges. The trial was a media sensation. Every day, something new came out. Other women came forward, women whose relationships with Okonkwo men had mysteriously fallen apart, who had experienced unexplained illnesses, who had been driven away by bad luck. Mama Chidi's lawyer tried every tactic. Claimed she was being persecuted. Claimed the diary was fake. Claimed I had trapped her son and this was revenge. But science doesn't lie. Lab results don't lie. And her own handwriting didn't lie. She was sentenced to 12 years in prison for attempted murder, assault, and poisoning. The day of sentencing, she looked at me across that courtroom and said, "You have destroyed this family." I stood up. "No, Mama Chidi. You destroyed yourself. I just refused to die quietly." That was 18 months ago. My daughter, Chidra, is 6 months old now. She has her father's smile and, apparently, her mother's fighting spirit. Chidi and I are in therapy, both individual and couples. The trauma of discovering your mother tried to kill your wife doesn't heal overnight. His father divorced Mama Chidi from prison. He apologized to me, to Adora, who we found on Facebook and are slowly rebuilding a relationship with, and to Ngozi's family. He sold the Banana Island house. Said it had too much evil in it. Adora told me that I did what she never could. I stood up to Mama Chidi and won. We are building a friendship now. She's coming to visit next month to meet Chidra. As for me, I moved back to Soralia. Yes, you read that right. Chidi and I now live in a modest 3-bedroom flat not far from where I grew up. His family was horrified. But we needed to start fresh, away from all the wealth that came with chains attached. Chidi still works hard. I started my own small business making organic baby products. We are not Banana Island anymore, but we are happy. Really happy. Sometimes, I think about Mama Chidi in prison. I wonder if she understands what she did wrong. If she regrets it. If she thinks about the daughter-in-law who could have been her friend, the grandchild she'll miss growing up, the son she lost by trying to control too tightly. But mostly, I don't think about her at all. I think about the young women who message me on Instagram, telling me their own stories of toxic in-laws, asking for advice. I think about the diary that almost stayed hidden. I think about the strength I didn't know I had until I needed it. My mother says I'm an angel. That God saved me for a purpose. Chioma says I'm crazy brave. Chidi just holds me tighter these days, like he's scared I'll disappear. But I'm not going anywhere. I fought too hard to be here. They say blood is thicker than water. But I've learned something: poison can be passed down through generations if we let it. Mama Chidi learned to control and destroy from someone who taught her that love means possession. And she tried to pass that same poison to Chidi's generation. But not anymore. Not in my house. Not to my daughter. Chidra will grow up knowing that family is built on respect, not fear. That strength is standing up for yourself, not tearing others down. That her grandmother made choices that had consequences, and we don't pretend otherwise. The other day, I found myself holding that leather diary I had held so long ago. The court returned it to me after the trial. Sometimes I take it out and read it, just to remind myself that I'm not crazy. That it really happened. That I survived. On the last page, Mama Chidi had written something that chills me even now. A weak woman destroys her family. A strong woman does whatever is necessary to protect it. I am strong. But she was wrong. Strength isn't control. Strength isn't manipulation. Strength isn't poisoning the people who threaten your perfect picture. Real strength is standing in that living room with your knees shaking and your heart breaking, choosing truth over peace. Real strength is pressing charges when everyone says to forgive. Real strength is rebuilding your life from ashes and teaching your daughter a better way. Mama Chidi thought she was protecting her family. Instead, she destroyed it. I thought I was too weak to survive her. Instead, I'm the one still standing.